5 minutes.
5 minutes until showtime.
5 minutes, T. I'm just letting you know, bro.
Sometimes you gotta bleed to know. Process.
4 minutes until showtime.
But they're not gonna rook us. Take that for data.
Hey, shut the fuck up or go outside, all right?
Three minutes until showtime. Two minutes until showtime. One minute until showtime.
Ay, papi, qué rico. Dame más, dame más, dame más.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. Before we get started in this, you know this thing right here? I gotta say, welcome home to my main man.
Isn't it about time for somebody's favorite radio program? Yeah.
Holy smokes.
Welcome to the Tony Bruno Show. On the all-new TonyBrunoShow.com.
Rental discretion is advised. You know what they say?
The man chosen to save American radio from its horrible future.
Now, here he is. It's like family. It's like being in the Olive Garden.
You guys are just like family.
That's the fact.
He didn't invent radio. He just perfected it. What's the name of that place? Big Peckers.
I want full cavity searches. Everyone, go deep on it.
The godfather of sports radio.
It is a final.
Here is...
Got a big one in there?
Tony Bruno.
Tony Bruno.
The only unimpeachable podcast in the free world. It is the Tony Bruno Show. Hello there. Welcome, children. As Michael Jackson once said to visitors to, what was the name of that place that he had? The Neverland Ranch. Wasn't it the Neverland Ranch back in the day?
That's what Michael had.
Michael had the Neverland Ranch.
Him and Bubbles, the monkey.
That's good Bubbles knowledge right there.
I'd sell my soul for a tilt-a-whirl myself, bro.
Exactly right. It's Tony. I'm back. In fact, Luigi will be starting his new job next week now that the Ringling Brothers Circus is done for good. He will be spreading sawdust on the tilt-a-wheel at an upcoming summer carnival in a parking lot somewhere in your neighborhood this summer. Because that's the time of the season, right?
Damn right, dude.
I used to love hanging out with carnies.
Really?
I did. I don't know why. Like
Not our Carney, of course, from the Honeymooners.
Well, like I lived in a
or
very
John Carney, the former great kicker for the San Diego Chargers.
I lived in a really small town in
John
the Netherlands,
Carney.
and when the carnival or the circus came into town, they would be hanging out right by the school playground, and so we would
but
go
those
over and
people are now, they would be, they're probably all on, on
back-
some sort of list right now.
In my day, when they were all gypsies. Every
Yeah.
single one of them. They were always gypsies that worked at the carnivals.
Love gypsies, man.
I'm a fan of gypsies. I don't trust them, but I like them.
They were the original freaks with the tattoos and stuff. Now everybody looks like, any chick that you run into now looks like a gypsy. You can't tell the difference, right?
It's hard.
It's like back in the day when you go to Vegas.
Back then you were a gypsy. Now you're a fashionista. That's what it is.
But like when I used to go to Vegas a long time ago, you know, you could tell the hookers apart from the regular women.
How?
Now everybody looks like a hooker.
How could you
what
do
I'm
that?
saying is, no, the hookers you knew were hookers. But now you go to Vegas, every chick that goes to Vegas dresses up like a hooker.
Yeah.
So it's hard to tell them apart. It's like my gypsy analogy that I just made. It's Tony Bruno. Miss Robin is here, former gypsy and a vagabond who roamed the world. Smoking weed in Amsterdam.
Nope.
Checking out the red light district in Amsterdam.
Yes.
Okay.
that one is accurate.
What
but I
up?
never did smoke the dope. You know, the ganja was just not me.
It's a good job
You
out
never
of you.
smoke weed, Robin?
I mean, I have, but I don't like it.
I
Like,
hate
mean,
it.
Really, it's one of those. Like it sounds fake, but it's not. I really just don't enjoy it. I would
I
much
hate it
rather-
too. Again, you want to smoke weed, smoke weed. Just don't smoke weed and drive because it's the same thing as being
Correct.
tipsy. You're stoned. Unless you can smoke a pound of it and say, I can smoke a pound and it doesn't affect me. If you're smoking that much weed, just sit at home, eat Cheetos, and relax, okay? I just don't like the smell of it. And I don't like, it says I don't like cigarettes. And I used to be a cigarette smoker.
Yep.
So I can speak as knowing how hard it is to quit. But now when I smell somebody smoking cigarettes, It bothers me. I walk away. I don't tell them not to smoke because they're outside.
Right.
And so I get away from it and I avoid the smell because but nothing smells worse to me other than a compost pile when it's just freshly turned over and you're adding poop to it to make it more nutrient filled. Horse manure. Marijuana to me is the most nasty smelling stuff on the planet.
It smells like
it smells like
skunk.
It smells
That's
like
why
a skunk.
It's called skunk
but then
weed.
you're walking down streets and it overtakes the entire neighborhood and it doesn't smell good. Again, if you want to smoke. Just don't smoke near me.
That's why I call it the sticky icky, man.
It is the stinky icky or sticky
Sticky.
icky? I know it's been sticky, but it's stinky icky too. There's nothing glamorous. And the one thing about all these marijuana was we lived in Venice. I mean, there was a marijuana. Men's clothing stores would go out of business, and the next day they would be a marijuana. They would have a beautiful showroom, and they'd have a couple of dopey-looking people standing there with big plastic jars selling weed in jars in a crappy little joint.
Okay.
There's nothing glamorous about weed. That's the thing.
Man.
You know, you go into a nice bar, an upscale bar,
sure,
and you order a martini. You know, it's a nice surrounding. You go into one of these dispensaries, it's like a bunch of dirt bags from the street are in there selling you dope.
Well, that's what it is.
Again, I'm not judging. I'm just making observations.
That's what we do in this program.
Because, you know, you go into an opium den. It's not
Which
exactly...
I've never been in, by the way.
I haven't been in one, but I've seen them in movies.
Okay.
You go into a place where people are smoking dope. There's nothing... Look at in Amsterdam. There's nothing upscale or glamorous about people sitting there smoking dope, is there?
No.
Again, drinking isn't glamorous. I'm not trying to say drinking's great, but at least when you have a glass of wine, there's a little elegance to it, rather than sitting around and passing the joint around. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
there's nothing glamorous about that. Sorry.
Well, I mean, you know, there's some elaborate bowls out there, and
you know the 16 tentacle bongs.
Bongs. That's what I mean, man.
But I mean, would you call it?
Here now?
Would you call it classy? Like you can call drinking certain types of drinks classy or glamorous.
You know how you call them that? When they charge you $20 for one.
Yeah, exactly right. How much for a hit? You crazy? I'll have a Jaeger instead. There you go.
But I don't think that anything that has to do with smoke. Well, okay.
I mean, even the vape places now.
You know what? I have to say that the back in the 40s when they had the really long, the what do they call those? The long cigarette
holders.
And
the glamorous ones. Remember when they... You know, the old school days, the Clark Gable days. And the women had the real long cigarette holders.
And they held them like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have to admit that was somewhat glamorous. But you never see anybody doing that anymore.
Because everybody smoked in the movies back then.
Yeah.
You watch an old movie now on black and white, everyone was smoking.
Right. You can't
Even
do
the
that
kids in the living room are smoking. But anyway, enough about weed. Weed should be legalized. It should be heavily taxed, just like soda is, just like cigarettes are, you know, just like booze is. Everything's taxed. So tax it. Make it legal. Just don't give me the nonsense that you can smoke a joint and go out there and not be buzzed or high. Because I could drink a glass of wine and go out and drink and drive too.
But if you do, you're getting arrested.
Well, no, I don't think that's it, Tony, because I like my cousin who
No, I know, yeah, there are
passed.
people who can smoke a joint and not be high.
Right.
Just like there are people like you and I can drink probably half a bottle of wine and not be over the legal limit.
Right.
But there are people who can't drink one drink.
Absolutely.
And they go out and drink, and they're drunk on one drink.
Yep, hammered.
There are people who take one hit from a marijuana joint, and they're absolutely destroyed.
I think that if
Yet
you
the
get
same
used
people
to
who
it-
drink one drink and think they're okay to drive are the same people who take one hit of a joint and think they're okay to drive. It's not okay either way.
Well,
I don't
and
want to
think
make
the
this.
difference-
This is not a show about.
Well, there's also the difference between
This isn't reefer madness,
having
by the way.
a glass of wine where you know that the alcohol content is going to be between 5 and 10%.
And then Robin says, "No, that's not strong enough."
Exactly. You check it up if you're not.
We had some pizza tonight, right?
Yeah.
So what does Robin bust out?
The golden monkey.
The golden monkey.
Tony says, I said, Tony, you want me to open something?
Not that funky monkey.
I said, Tony, you want me to open something for tonight, meaning a bottle of wine, which we normally do on this program.
Yeah, but I said, you know what? I got
we're having
Yingling.
pizza. We're gonna have a beer. So Tony and I have a Yingling. And Robin goes, well, if I'm gonna have one, I
I'm
gotta
not
open.
drinking Yingling.
I gotta open a bottle of kerosene.
That's only America's oldest brewery.
Now, I would not have normally opened the large bottle by myself, but that was the only type of beer that I like, and it's the only bottle that we have.
What's the difference between Golden Monkey and a Yingling?
Just a few percentage rates.
What's the alcohol content in a Golden Monkey?
A lot.
I think it's like 12.
It's a shade underneath, like, I don't know, sterno.
11 or 12%.
It's a disgrace.
The funny thing is that most people have never been out with Robin once she's ordered a beer. When
She's
people
a beer snob.
No, it'll go, okay, well, you know, what are you going to have? I think I'll have a beer. Well, what do you have? And then they'll go to the menu. It's like, well, what is this, too hoppy? And it's 25 minutes, and the waiter's going, let's freaking go.
No. It's really simple.
Give me an Ortlieb's, all right?
Hey, give me an Ortlieb's. Pass me an Ortlieb's.
It's very
Give me a
simple.
PBR,
You
right?
look at the alcohol content, and you can usually tell by an alcohol content of a beer
That makes it better?
because it's sweeter. I like a sweeter beer.
It's ridiculous.
And Golden Monkey is fan-frickin-tastic.
Who makes that?
Victory.
It will get you drunk.
That's Victory
That's
beer, yeah.
Victory Brew.
Listen,
No, it is good. It's just
There's
it's
a lot
strong.
of great beers out there, but to me, the whole IPA and the hoppiness thing, I don't need that. I don't need none of that stuff. Ain't nobody. I mean, nobody
got time for that.
Damn right.
I do.
Ridiculous. That's why I keep you home.
But
Locked up in the basement.
Stays in the house.
but the point that I was trying to make was that when you drink a glass of wine, you know approximately how much alcohol there is within a percentage or two
But
of
nobody
points.
looks at a bottle of wine and says, what's the alcohol content?
No, but when you have a glass of cab, it's pretty much going to be the same amount
Correct.
of alcohol across
Correct.
the board.
They haven't made extra high alcohol wine.
Exactly.
Yet.
And
they
so,
will, though, trust me.
Oh, no, I mean, I'm sure port is extra high alcohol wine.
But it's very sweet. But
It's very
nobody's
sweet.
drinking
The
a
more-
bottle of port. They're having a little
Yeah, but
sip of it at the end.
The point is that for the most part, the sweeter the wine is, the higher the alcohol content. Except for the wine when it's like
We have breaking
white
news.
because
We
they
have
got sugar.
breaking news already on the show.
on Facebook Live here. Paul Ferreria checks in. He says he's listening live from the bleachers at Fenway Park on his earbuds.
Oh, no, that's
family
a good
first.
job out of
Family
him.
first is right. That's a good job. Is he the monster? Is he near the monster?
But the point I'm trying to make, I'm still trying to make this damn point.
Well,
if
we
you-
got
with-
people chiming in from Fenway Park, Robin.
It's true.
That's breaking news.
But that if you smoke a joint, at this point, there is no way to regulate how much stuff
get you high.
is going to get you high.
tonight.
Every single joint is slightly different.
Yeah, because
and
the
until they
marijuana is much more potent than it used to be.
It
What are you
used to
smoking?
be,
You smoking at
but
Superman? What are you
even-
smoking?
Even if there's so many different strains that one time you get it, it's very strong. Another time you get it, it's not as strong. So there's no way to regulate it. It's not like you can now if I have
Give me
this.
the menthol flavored. Give me the Parliament Lights.
Yeah, let me get the Parliament Light.
But I mean, it's like, there's no
Can
way
I get
for
a
you to
Virginia
say.
Slims, please?
There's no way for you to say, well, I'm
Pall
just going to
Mall.
have 2 hits and I'll be fine. You don't know.
Exactly.
One day you can have 1 hit and it can get you completely wasted, and another time you can have an entire joint and it does nothing.
Why are we talking about weed and alcohol and beer and wine? Because baseball stinks right
Exactly
now.
right,
Because
Tony.
the Phillies have sent people to rehab. As I pointed out earlier today on Twitter, if you follow me at Tony Bruno Show, at Miss Robin Austin, at Luigi Curto, Phillies tweeted out that their starting left fielder, who got off to a pretty good start when the Phillies looked like they would be some semblance of a Major League ball club about a month and a half into the season, he got hurt. Former California, Los Angeles, Anaheim, Disneyland adjacent Angel great. But he was with the Dodgers last year, right?
Who's that, Tim?
The Phillies left fielder who went to started their rehab assignment today.
Howie Kendrick. Yeah.
Howie Kendrick
Yeah.
was with the Angels, and I think he went to the Dodgers. But anyway, he's starting a rehab assignment in the minor leagues. And then I pointed out that Phillies fans will be starting their rehab assignment actually next Tuesday after this Memorial Day weekend is over.
Absolutely.
You heard about the rehab story. You're the one that told about. I think that is so sad. Speaking of rehab,
I don't want to get into that now.
Well,
I don't want to
we need to get into
Don't
the fact that you and I are wearing the same damn shirt. That's what
I
we
know.
need to get into.
I was wearing mine because I got stains on it and I was working today.
I'm out today. I come in, and Tony, I was like, yo, Tony. He comes in, he's like, yo. And he comes downstairs. I'm like, really?
We got a big Texas barbecue.
It's official, Tony. We have become one. That's it.
Barbecue,
Now-
beef, and bourbon, baby.
FYI, for
And
those
broads.
of you,
You got to put
And
the other
broads.
and
And broads.
broads.
for those of you who are a little bit confused and are looking at the video and going, "What happened?"
What happened?
Yes.
Oh, we have rearranged the situation.
Yes. The Tony Bruno Nation studio has undergone a slight reconfiguration
By the way, we didn't
sensation.
spend 1 cent. Anybody thinks that we've upgraded the no. This
No.
is the same crappy row home in South Philly. Miss Robin just decided yesterday, while I was working on other important things, she was going to rearrange the furniture. It's like rearranging the deck chairs on the Titanic, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because this
that's,
thing's
you know,
sinking anyway, no matter what we do.
But sometimes you just
Just
get
unplug the band and let's go.
Exactly.
sometimes you just get a hair up your ass and you got to do it.
One of these days, Stone's going to like this with a mic cord.
When I get a hair up my ass, I do what I did last week and go off on somebody.
Yes.
Speaking of going off on somebody.
I think you need to go off on somebody a little bit later on.
Yes,
Speaking of going off on somebody, if you would like to go off on us and like to call in, please call us at 717-363-TONY. That's 717-363-8669.
Exactly. We got a lot of stuff. We'll talk some NFL, a lot of news, right? We got NBA playoffs, which have been, for the most part, unwatchable.
Yeah, but now we're getting down to it's
to the
fast forward. We
nitty-gritty.
get down to the nitty gritty.
Well, a week from tomorrow, which would be June 1st, is when the NBA playoffs actually start.
Well, LeBron and company still have to go to Boston one more time.
You think the Boston
they
Celtics
got no
are coming
chances.
back
No, it's
down
done.
from 3-1 down?
No, but they have to finish the series first. They can't just quit.
Who's going to quit?
No, I said that we can't just like fast forward to the
No,
final.
Boston's been playing hard. I mean, they had a 10-point lead in Game 3. They win a game, and I ripped LeBron yesterday only because he did not tell the world that he was sick in Game 3 when it looked like he mailed it in.
Yeah, well, you see
11 points, and so I'm not one who likes to rip LeBron, but LeBron James, as we've seen a lot of players do during the regular season, they take nights off. I don't mean when they actually play. They just, we're going to rest guys tonight. It's been happening all over sports.
Sure.
Especially, near the end of the season, the meaningless games. You don't want to play your stars. You give them a little rest, right? Mm-hmm. The Golden State Warriors are going to have 9 days rest from their last game where they swept San Antonio until they play Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Next Thursday, June 1st, is when they start. No matter what happens in the Boston series, it's locked in stone, the start date.
And we won't be watching that game because we will be at Cantina Laredo for a fabulous tequila dinner, homeboy.
June 1st, Game 1 of the NBA Finals. Well, we'll have it on in there. They have TVs in Cantina Laredo and King of Prussia. So we'll have that on, and we'll be sipping some quality tequila product.
Which tequila? Do you remember which
Chamuchos.
one? Chamuchos.
Por favor.
Dos.
Now because of us, they sold out last time.
Yeah.
So please, if you are interested, make sure that you call in and put in and get your tickets now because there is no better deal around for the value, for the quality, and for the company.
Well, it's $60 per person, and just the
tequila alone.
The tequila, the quality of tequila, and it's not like you're going to be pounding tequila.
No,
you'll learn about tequila. You'll taste the different varieties of the particular brand that they're pouring. Last time we did Avion last time. And people were like, wow.
Yeah.
Just the tequila drinks alone are more than $60 because this is top shelf stuff.
Well, because last time we got the one shot at the very end that was it was like $40 per shot or something like that
of the top end stuff.
Yeah.
So, and that's not even including
the actual mixed drinks that you get along with every part of the meal.
And then you get like a 4-course meal where it's from soup to nuts, including dessert. So it's an unbelievable deal. Just even if you wanted to go out anywhere to try to spend $60 per person to get a great meal and have a variety
appetizers paired with a drink.
Exactly.
Dinner paired with a drink.
Anybody who's been to this knows that we're not. People say, "Oh yeah, you're full of crap." There's no.
We don't miss them.
No, we've been to a bunch of them now.
Like,
and it's one of the best. I look forward to these more than pretty much any other than my niece's wedding last weekend, which was phenomenal.
God.
And we should tease though, by the way, that next week we are going to give away one seat to that dinner.
One seat.
Well, two seats.
Two seats.
Unless you're a loser loner and you want to go alone.
Like me last time.
Exactly. I hate to do it to you, man. Can't believe you did it. Luigi, the only guy who went to the Red Bull without a date.
That's because my mother stood me up.
Yep.
And then went to the
I
went
with my ex. We went to the Red Bull together.
The second time. The first
time you got stiffed.
Right.
No, the first time I got stiffed because my mother wouldn't even go.
That's what I'm talking about. Right. The first time. I didn't say every time. I said you didn't go to the first Red Ball because you couldn't. Your mom stiffed you and you couldn't find a date, and then you didn't go to the last tequila dinner at Cantina Laredo.
I got breaking news, bro.
We have breaking news.
I ain't flying solo this time.
You're bringing
I'm bringing something with me.
You're bringing sand to the beach,
I'm bringing sand to the beach, absolutely.
Well, it is Memorial Day weekend. It's going to be in the 60s.
I'm bringing salt to the rocks, brother. That's what I'm doing.
Wait, we finally get to meet the mystery woman?
Yes, but not completely all the way. We'll
what do you mean not completely? We're not going to mask on.
We know who the mystery woman is, and
we're not going to reveal her identity.
No. but it's like a wrestler.
By the way, I'm being called out.
What?
William Cullen is saying Robin knows that each joint is different, like snowflakes from experience. I didn't say that I've never smoked marijuana. I just said that when I haven't enjoyed it. And there have been, like, I went 10, 15 years without smoking anything. And then I thought, well, maybe it was, whatever, I'll try it again. And then I had similar experiences. And I had, like, my back went out. And I was told that marijuana can really alleviate back pain spasms, which it did. I have to give it that. My back did feel better.
I just want to say it again. I hate weed. I hate the smell. I hate the way it makes me feel. I don't care. I don't like the smell of it. I'm not going to sit around and smell like weed. Because there's one thing about cigarette smoke and weed.
That just hangs on you.
You smell like dope. When somebody smokes a joint, goes outside, when you're in a restaurant or someplace, people come in, you can smell cigarette smoke on their clothes. But when somebody walks in and you can tell they just smoked a joint.
It smells sour.
It does. It's nothing.
Nasty.
Again, I'm not judging. I'm just giving you why I don't like it. It just doesn't do anything.
And just
for
like
me.
when you are a cigarette smoker and you can't tell what you smell like, trust me, when you are a marijuana smoker, you guys smell nasty. I'm just saying.
No, that's good. Now, all of our friends who are dopers are not going to join us now.
Well, let's go to the phones. Maybe
let's go to the dope lines.
Let's go to the dope lines.
Amish Bot is asking who's screening the calls.
I'm saying we don't have a screener. We're going.
So
we're going unprotected.
The more accurate phrase is
we're like people on Craigslist.
Who's dumping the calls? Because they will be dumped if there's anything nasty on there again.
Exactly right.
Let's go to the phones.
Let's go to the phones.
Let's go to...
Now, again, Tony, we have no call screener, so I'm just going to give out the area code and the first 4 digits. So it's 513.
513? Where is that?
I don't know. 413. You're on the air.
Is it 413 or 513?
513, and then the next 3 digits are 413.
Is that Colorado Springs?
I don't know. We're going to find out.
What up, Bruno? What up, Miss Robin? What up, Luigi?
What up?
And especially a shout out to my favorite listener, Jose from Norristown. What up? What up? From the Natty.
Oh, that's our buddy AJ in Cincinnati.
Exactly.
So we forget the area codes. I don't even know the area codes in the Philadelphia area anymore. I want to remember Cincinnati. All I remember is 215-610-609 and then 310 in California, which is still my phone number for my cell phone. Starts with area code 310. But there's like 800 area codes now. What's going on out there in Cincinnati, AJ?
Nothing much. Weather's a bit cloudy outside, but here to talk some sports for right now before I get into my thoughts on the NBA, NHL, and Marvin Lewis making a clown of himself. I got to have some thoughts and prayers to the family of Cortez Kennedy. Yeah, passed away yesterday.
Boy, talk about stunning news.
Dominant player.
And a great guy, too. I was lucky to meet Cortez Kennedy over the years and talk to him a bunch of times. 48 years old, one of the greatest players, not only is in Seattle Seahawks history, in NFL history, just an amazing guy. When you wake up and, Roger Moore, God bless him, 89, had a long, great life. Were you surprised to hear Roger Moore, one of the original Saint and one of the Bonds? Yeah. But when you hear a guy 48 years of age,
young, man,
dying of natural causes, you're like, when we heard about, when you hear about a rock star dying, the first thing, unfortunately, you think of, was it self-induced? Was it drug overdose? Unfortunately.
Well, Chris, why can't I think of his name right now? From Soundgarden.
Chris Cornell, who we just saw last year.
Chris Cornell, Robin.
Chris Cornell just passed away. Very first thing that we thought of was like, oh gosh, what kind of drugs? And then it turned out to be suicide, which
and he hanged himself.
God, and he was young too. He was what, 48?
Around that, around that age. So anyway, yes, I hear you, man. Not that I'm saying that people killing themselves is not important, but that's a decision that you make. When when somebody said Chris Cornell died, I'm like, he didn't die. He killed himself.
Yeah.
People who die of cancer, people who die in their sleep of natural causes, they die. You die when you kill yourself also, but you take your own life.
Yeah.
I don't believe Chris Cornell was going to die the other night if he hadn't
but I don't
decided to do this.
I don't think that we should discount
I'm not
depression because that is an illness.
No doubt about it, Rob, and I suffer from depression. I understand that. I don't, people take things into their own hands and they kill themselves. That's not good. We talk about it on the show a lot. Anyway, let's get off of the depressing stuff. Let's get down to more depressing stuff, the NFL.
Exactly, and your Cincinnati Bengals.
And the Cincinnati Bengals.
All right, let's get down to the business. I got to give a bump on the Marvin Lewis. He did on, the NFL, relax the laws on the rules on the NFL celebration. Thank God. We need more creativity. It's hard to score touchdowns when when defenses are trying to clobber the quarterbacks. Hey, you got to have a little fun. You got to remember, it's a kids game. I love, the 80s when you had the fun bunch and Billy White Shoes Johnson.
And that's one thing that surprises me about Marvin Lewis, because here's the thing. The NFL has been called the no-fun league for years, right?
Right.
And so, and Roger Goodell gets booed. He gives guys bro hugs, right? And then that means like, hey, I'm having fun with the players who play in my league that I oversee. But he heard from the players. He heard from the fans. He heard from the television networks. Stop trying to make this sport, stop trying to sanitize the sport. We don't want guys killing each other, but let guys have fun when they score. Don't celebrate a first down, but when you get a touchdown, what's wrong with like celebrating, as long as you're not doing the throat slit or pulling out a machine gun or doing any of that stuff.
Now, a lot of people say, like, okay, their favorite players, their favorite player celebration was Barry Sanders. He just woke up and handed the ball back to the referee, act like you've been there before, right?
You can do that.
No, you can do that, right? But here's something else, though. People tend to forget how much fun was it to tune in every time Terrell Owens scored a touchdown, or even your boy, Chad Johnson, over there in Cincinnati, to do a celebration, because you wanted to see the creativity of these guys, because it was fun. It was theater, man. I didn't hate it. All they're doing is just making the game more fun. They're not hurting anybody.
Exactly.
But let me stop you right there, because one of the things about what those guys did is, yes, they were having fun, but they also found ways to market it. So that's what the league was trying to stop for a while. When you have some deal with a cellular phone company.
Or Sharpie or something like that.
Exactly. Right. That's wrong. You can pre-plan a celebration, but not when you're going to, you can use the ball as a prop. Like, you can shake the ball, and I don't think you can use it as a hand grenade and blow people up in this day and age, pretending you're throwing a bomb into the crowd.
No, but T.O. grabbing the cheerleaders' pom-poms and shaking, doing the popcorn, that was great, man.
Snow Angels in Green Bay, the fun bunch, the old Washington Redskin guys.
And that was a group celebration.
Exactly.
It's not one guy just going out to the middle of the field and slapping the football down on the star like Terrell Owens did when he was.
And as long as you're not showing up the other team.
Well, that was showing up the other team right there.
But the fun bunch didn't show up the other
they
team.
didn't. But it was still, that was like a choreographed dance that they did every single time that they got in the end zone. This is one guy just doing something. It takes 30 seconds. Let him go have some fun,
Exactly.
Man.
Exactly.
I don't see what the problem is.
It's like every time I have sex, at the end you have to celebrate.
When it's over.
That you've made it that far.
I mean, who's celebrating? How are you, Tony?
I was just going to ask.
You got to spike the sex toy. You know what I'm saying?
Sex toy. You take it. You shooting the dildo over the goalpost like a free throw. Is that what you're doing?
Exactly right, man.
We have an end zone in the bedroom.
Exactly. I go for the extra point after that, baby.
I'm always going for two. I don't settle for one, brother. I go for the win.
And it's never fake.
No, it's never fake.
Deep.
No, it's student body left, and it's going all day.
You just go boom, straight in the gut. Well, not really in the gut. It'd be a little lower than the gut.
What the hell's going on?
I don't know.
Exactly. I don't know what's going on anymore. That just took a turn, didn't it?
On and always. Oh, man.
So no more no fun league. And Marvin Lewis, who's got all these guys who've had all kinds of problems, is worried about guys. What's he worrying about? What's his name? Pac-Man Jones killing somebody by going too far? I mean, seriously, what's he going to do? It's ridiculous, man.
And they got Joe Mixon to worry about as well, Tony.
Yeah, but what's Joe Mixon going to do? Grab a cheerleader and start smacking her around?
Exactly.
Well, I mean, we hope he does it.
Well, I mean, judging from his past, not out of the
No,
question.
he better be on his best behavior. If he's on his best, he could be the steal.
No doubt about it. Listen, and we all.
Good, I'm just worried about his, past a little bit.
No, I agree. And again, I'm one of these people who, you make a mistake when you're a young kid, you move on and you see if you learn from it. And people learn from it. Some of them don't. Some do. I hope Joe Mixon learns from it and becomes a great player because he's got all the talent in the world.
Absolutely.
And that's what you want to see. You want to see guys succeed, not be going in feeling that they're owed something. They're owed a chance. And he's got a chance, and he's got great ability, God-given ability.
Not being owed. It's not even that they're owed a chance. They're given a chance. They're given an opportunity, Tony. These people, they have
yeah, but everybody who's a good athlete doesn't get a chance to make the NFL.
No, but Joe is what I'm trying to say. The guy, like, these guys that are like, quote unquote rehab projects for NFL teams, they're given the opportunity to do so. So they're more likely to succeed, is what I'm trying to say.
Well, they should succeed. The only thing stopping them is themselves. Now, what about the NBA playoffs? Are you awake yet? Are you woke during these NBA playoffs? Because I can't stay awake.
Yeah, I can't see it. I'm trying to enjoy the NBA, but it's terrible. But I've loved the NHL, and I want to end on a high note with the NHL. I used to live in Nashville for a year and a half. I adopted the Nashville Predators. I'm so proud they made it to the Stanley Cup final. I plan on being down there for Game 3 next Saturday night in Smashville. Oh, I can't wait to see what's down on Broadway in seconds.
I tried to warn Luigi when he went to Nashville not that long ago before the playoffs even got underway. I said, you're going to Nashville. I know you got to go to the Jack Daniels plant. I know you got to go to Opryland.
Right.
I know you got to go to the Grand Ole Opry.
The Country Music Hall of Fame, the Johnny Cash Hall of Fame.
You got to do that. But you got to go check out Peter Laviolette making ice magic with your Nashville Predators. Pekka Rinne, who I told you was money, who went to the same hip doctor that my son AJ went to in Nashville.
Well, the only thing I noticed in Nashville is it's the bachelorette party capital of America.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. That's why they named the stadium Smashville. I was like, no shit. It makes all the sense in the world, man.
Now, you know what's going to happen. The ratings are going to be low because Nashville doesn't have a national following.
Right.
And so then the people say, I say hockey sucks. Nobody watches it.
I actually might tune in to see. I've never seen Nashville in a final. What the hell? I'll go check it out.
Well, nobody has, actually.
That's what I mean. That's right. Nobody's ever seen them in a final. It's the first time for them to be in. I'd like to check it out.
No, and Pittsburgh, obviously, that's the NHL playoffs. I mean, look at Nashville. They're an 8 seed. An 8 seed is going to the Stanley Cup Finals. That's what's great about sports, and there's no decided home ice advantage, like we see in other sports. But you're seeing, actually, not just hockey. You're seeing a lot of sports where the home court, the home field, the home ice doesn't matter like it used to. And I remember back in the day, like you go into a place like the Spectrum in Philly, I mean, that was home ice advantage. You go into the Boston Garden or Montreal, the Forum. Same thing with the Celtics, in the old buildings, because those buildings rocked. Now these places are all big, a lot of corporate people sitting around, and they get loud, but not like the old days, man, where the crowd, the home crowd, actually helped the home team win.
I've never had the pleasure of sitting of sitting in the Spectrum to see a Flyers game. Now, I've seen an NBA game in there, but I've never seen a Flyers game in the Spectrum. So I can only imagine what you're...
Oh, yeah, those buildings were tiny, and they were, the acoustics weren't good, and it rocked. And, because they're bigger, better buildings, you don't have the same ambiance. So that's why you're seeing, team 8 seeds, and, we saw the Golden State Warriors as an 8 seed not that long ago. Right, make the win in the first round, not win the championship, but knock off a 1 seed in the first round. So that's the kind of stuff that makes sports interesting. But the bottom line with the NBA Finals, I mean, you could write down in last July.
You could pretty much pencil it in.
That the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers were favored to go to the NBA Finals. In fact, Las Vegas, there are people who probably, I don't even know what the money line was on the series between the Celtics and Cleveland. But you had to lay at least $10,000 because who would take a bet on the money line to win the series and not have to lay a ridiculous amount of money?
Well, I don't know. I don't know what the series was for.
It had to be ridiculously high.
No. Boston.
Boston had no shot. No shot.
They were the 1 seed, Tony. You have to give them the respect for that. So
there's no respect. Gamblers don't care about respect.
I understand it, but but money lines do. So what I'm trying to say to you is that I don't know what it was offhand, but I guarantee you it probably wasn't more than like maybe Cleveland minus 135.
No, and I'm not talking about per game. I'm talking about the series.
For the series.
There's no way it was that, man. Are you crazy?
Yep.
Minus 135?
I'll see if I can find it real quick.
I guarantee you guys would bring in suitcases of cash.
I'm going to bring it up.
You're not going to lay $135 to win 100 on the... There's no surer bet in sports. It had to be... I remember when the Cleveland Cavaliers When regular season games were minus $2,000 on the money line. Minus $2,000 on a regular season NBA game.
I understand that, but this isn't a regular season game. This is first series.
There's no way they were minus 135.
I'm getting it right now. Hang on, homie.
I will give you $1 billion if they were minus 135.
All right.
$1 billion.
Let's see what I got. Hold on.
Monopoly money, of course.
Yeah, of course, right, Tony. Of course.
There's not even $1 billion in a Monopoly game, is there?
I don't know. I usually got $1 billion after I'm done stealing it from playing the bank.
Exactly. What's the actual total? There is an actual total number of
like
dollars.
How much money is in a normal game?
It's like $15,100 something dollars. It's not more. It's not more than $15,000.
I know, but that's they're basing that on 1950s money.
Okay, the amount of money in a. Oh, look at you.
$15,000.
15,100.
Well, at least you got one thing right.
That, bro?
You got one thing right tonight.
Wow, look at that.
I'm getting it.
That was impressive.
Thank you, Robin.
AJ, who do you like in the NBA Finals?
I'm hoping it's Cavs and Warriors. I think Cleveland gets it done tomorrow night. Boston had their chance last night to even up the series, but thank God LeBron woke up in the second half because he had, 6 bad quarters in a row, going back from Game 3, only 11 points.
Yeah, but he was sick in Game 3.
You know what? And he had 4,000, only 10, and he came up big in the second half of 24. But Kyrie was the man.
Oh, yeah, Kyrie Irving. They had
afloat.
48 points together in the second half. Kyrie Irving and LeBron James combined for 48 points, and Kyrie Irving's doing it on a bad ankle. So we know that Cleveland's deeper. Boston, even without their best player, they hung in there. They won Game 3, but they're not the better team.
Boston's actually looked better without Isaiah Thomas on the floor.
I know, and Isaiah Thomas missed 2 games. They won 1 without him, and then we're up 10 without him in Game 4. But Cleveland's a better team. The better team is going to win eventually.
Not just the better.
And guys aren't going to go, what's his face is not going to shoot 7 3-pointers. Who's the dude up there in Boston? Marcus Smart's not going to make 7 threes.
No, hell no.
Every night. He's a good player. But you can't rely on a guy like Marcus Smart to carry you. You can have a good night. You get open looks. You make it. You get hot. You make baskets. You find a way to win the game. But, they were up 10 last night.
Sorry about that, Tom.
All right, AJ, there's no doubt it's going to be no Golden State. And, in fact, pencil in Golden State in Cleveland again next year. I don't want to get too far ahead of the game. You know how people do their mock drafts or the mock NFL drafts the day after the NFL drafts are over? I'm going to tell you next year's NBA Eastern Conference and Western Conference finalists right now. The Cleveland Cavaliers and the Golden State Warriors. Go bet it right now. AJ, appreciate you checking in, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, Tony.
There he is, the great AJ.
I love it, talking to Tony.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, excited.
Can you blame him?
Well, I'll tell you right now that for Game 4, I'm sorry, for
Game 5.
Game 5, Cleveland's minus 1,200 money line.
Boom. And where's that game being played?
It's in Boston.
In Boston.
But that's because it's the clincher, man.
I
That's
know
why.
it is. But don't tell me that the series line was that affordable. It's not possible, Luigi. Every sharp in the world would be mortgaging their homes and their cars.
I just wanted.
I would have done it.
Still trying
if
to
it was
find
minus 135, I would have taken a home equity loan. And I would have taken the entire value of my home and put it on the Cleveland Cavaliers in the series. There is no surer bet in sports than that. No surer bet.
I'm not saying that there wasn't. I just can't see him being more than, I don't know, like I said, 2-1 when the series opened.
No, it was much more than that.
I don't know. Well, let's go to the phone. Let's see what else.
Let's go back to the phones. I don't want to have people call you and rip you, Luigi, because you're a man who plays fantasy sports.
Yeah, and by the way,
knows a little bit about this stuff.
And my man Kelly Olynyk helped me cash very nicely last night, by the way, because I've been cold on FanDuel, but we brought the winnings back up.
Speaking of cashing you in last night, did you cash you outside, bro?
Let me check.
By the way, I'm going to play something that has profanity tonight on the show, but
Tony Bruno.
This is viewer discretion advised, but it works perfectly because it's a good friend of mine, actually.
You ready for it now?
Who uttered these famous words. So we got a little remix now of our good friend, the chick from what show is she on? Dr. Phil?
Yeah, Dr. Phil.
The chick from Dr. Phil and the great state senator John Burton, the head of the Democratic Party in the Golden State of California, and a good friend who we've broken bread with.
Yep.
At the Restaurante Umbria, now closed in downtown San Francisco.
They closed it?
Yeah.
Why? Why Julia close
Shut it down, baby.
city of San Francisco was not
Friendly to
business-friendly.
businesses. Punishing businesses for doing a job.
Yep. So
But that's
sad.
another topic for another day. Exactly. But let's go to Kelly Olynyk last night and reaction after Kelly Olynyk helped Luigi in his stupid one-day fantasy basketball crap in Game 4 where his team lost, but his one player won for him.
Correct.
Let's go to the tape.
Catch me outside, how about that?
Hey, shut the fuck up and go outside, all right?
That's great.
For those of you who do not know,
I'd read by itself just one more time.
Hey, shut the fuck up and go outside, all right?
That's great.
Okay,
that is quintessential
John Burton.
Senator John Burton.
John Burton is and that's the way he talks all the time.
I mean,
we had lunch with him, and we'd be sitting in this restaurant, a crowded restaurant, and he would drop F-bombs. He didn't care because it's just oblivious to him.
Yeah.
It's not that he's trying to be crude.
No.
It's not that he's trying to be a jerk.
It is part of his vocabulary.
Absolutely. He has the filthiest mouth, and he's 84 years old now, God
And I think
bless
it's
him.
gotten worse. I mean,
he's gotten worse.
I think he might have been at some point been able to use this filter. There is no filter anymore.
Everybody thinks Trump is not filtered.
Oh, man.
John Burton makes Trump look like Mother Teresa when it comes to stuff that he says.
Gandhi. Gandhi didn't even speak.
Now, Trump, we've all heard him say some stuff.
But he doesn't get up in front of a whole convention of people.
I don't think I've
and
ever
have a couple
heard.
of hecklers. Could you imagine if Donald Trump, in front of a group of hecklers, grabbed a microphone and said this?
Oh, man.
One more time.
One more time.
Hey, shut the fuck up and go outside, all right?
How does that even happen?
It's amazing.
Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
I know. I can't say. All right, we're not going to play it anymore. I know it's profanity. I won't say those words, but because it was actual news.
Yeah.
I mean, he did this at a convention in Sacramento last week.
It's great, though. He's got a bunch of protesters behind him. He's sitting there trying to speak, and they're all, blah, blah, blah. He's like, shut up and go outside. Oh, man.
Okay, Poppy.
That's what I say, Senator.
All right, let's go.
Get John Burton on. We got to get him on the show one night.
We should.
We get everybody on. We not
Got Rico Bronya last week. He was great, man.
We know everybody.
Speaking of Rico Bronya, Rico was texting Tony all week because he obviously went back and listened to the show after we had him on for a great interview. The interview was like 30 minutes. It's a fantastic interview if you want to go back and listen to it.
Charlie Rose doesn't sit down in a dark room for 30 minutes with anybody.
But Rico obviously went back and listened to the
Of course,
entire
he's asleep,
podcast.
too, when that show's on.
And
you ever watch Charlie Rose at like midnight?
yeah.
The guy's like, I know he doesn't do it at midnight because he gets up and does the
Right.
CBS morning show, too. That show has the least amount of energy of anything
Oh,
I've
I
ever
know.
seen.
It's very
I
monotone.
want to hurt myself. And he's a brilliant guy, and he has some great interviews.
Great interviews. But anyway, Rico was texting Tony all week about the rompums. The romper rompums.
Rompums.
Rompums, and he said that then he and Tony decided that they're going to get matching.
No, I said we
romp-
should get matching rompums. And I'm still, I'm not going to pay for them. Let me just say this right now. If some rompum manufacturer out there wants to do an exclusive summer deal with the Tony Bruno Show, we will help promote the product as only we can here.
You're going to send them?
And how ironic is it that last week we showed a picture of Sean Connery, the original James Bond,
I know.
wearing a rompum back in the Thunderball days. Or was that from Thunderball?
Or was it for Golden?
Oh, it looks good on you, though.
Yeah, it will look good on me. I'm man enough to wear it.
I will wear it with you, man. I don't care.
No.
I'll rock out. I don't give a shit.
Okay.
What do you mean, no, Robin?
Can I, because I know
Guys, we got
one
phone
thing
calls. People
about
drop.
rompums and rompers for girls.
Romper.
One
even guess.
piece suits.
Yes.
You need to be incredibly waist skinny. Like you cannot have.
You say I'm a fat pig?
No, I'm just saying
trying
that
to
you
say-
are not.
I'm not a fat
skinny
pig like
around
the
the
PPA
waist.
guy from the Philadelphia Parking Authority who's been stalking the neighborhood, giving out tickets like they were, I don't even know what to compare it to.
Oh yeah, we should have had a videotape on.
I had to rip the
Tony
mayor of
earlier.
Philadelphia today on Twitter, Mayor Jim Kenney, a city that enforces no laws except one,
Parking.
parking. And not only enforces parking
But
laws,
this
which
is
I think
incorrect.
that they should.
Yes.
It's not about, I got a ticket because I was illegally parked. I got a ticket because I was legally parked.
Yeah.
I understand you're not following any laws that are already on the books. That seems to be cool these days. Don't follow the laws that we already have on the books. But let's get a parking authority where some of the people, not all of them, because I know a couple of the parking authority
Well, the
people.
one lady comes around here.
Yeah,
the
she's
block,
really
she's
nice.
Yeah.
And
Even
she knows the rules.
Yeah, a lot of they hire people, they don't even know the rules that they're enforcing.
We have received our second ticket on the scooter parked right outside our front of our house,
Yes.
and we have been told multiple times, and it is on the
On
city,
my damn sidewalk.
It is on the city information that if your scooter is parked on your own sidewalk in front
and
of your
it's
own
not
house,
blocking the right of way of people that
then
walk
it is
by.
legal, and that is exactly where it is, and it has been for the last year.
Let me just say this right now to the city of Philadelphia and Mayor Kenny. I will not pay this ticket, ever. And then you're going to start sending me notices, because I get notices already from a ticket that we unjustly got 2 years ago in Center City.
I remember
when
that.
we were in the right again. Not only one ticket, 2 tickets on the same scooter at the same time, man.
Yep.
And there's nothing good about that.
2 chicks at the same time.
2 chicks at the same time, acceptable. 2 tickets, which is illegal to do.
I know.
You can't
You're not
double
allowed.
ticket.
Right, you can't double ticket some. If you have a car and you parked illegally, now if you're blocking a fire hydrant, they can tow you away. But if you just like the meter goes, you overstay the meter.
Well, guess what? You just got a free parking spot for the rest of the night. It is what it is.
Yeah, you
already
just
paid your
leave the
ticket.
ticket on there. They can't put another ticket on. So they gave us 2 tickets on the scooter 2 years ago.
Incorrectly.
Which we challenged it. They said, yeah, you're right. We thought they said we were right because we were in the right of way. Because Robin went to go get her hair did on this really wide street, and she asked the owner of the salon if she could park the scooter because there were no street spots by the scooter.
And I asked a police officer. They said yes, that is legal as long as it's okay with the owner. It was.
And this is a wide sidewalk
Yeah,
where
very
you're
wide.
not even close to
Right.
blocking anybody's right of way.
So then I got the 1 and then the 2 within a 4-hour time span, and I fought it, and I got a letter stating that I was correct. It was going to be alleviated. Then more than 6 months later, I get another letter saying, you haven't paid it and you are now past due. When I called to say, it was taken care of, I was told that I didn't have to pay it and it was expunged. They said, well, you can't fight it anymore because it's now past the 6 months.
I actually have audio from that phone call.
Let's go to the tape.
Hey, shut the fuck up and go outside, all right?
Which is basically what Robin was having to deal with the whole time.
But here's the thing that bothers me. Again, if I'm illegally parked, give me a ticket. I pay it. I paid 1 million tickets.
Exactly.
When I'm wrong, give me a ticket. I don't want. I'm not above the law.
Right.
I'm not a politician.
That's the thing. It's not like you willingly did something wrong and then got a ticket.
And I'm mad because
oh my God, I got
it's
a ticket.
my fault.
Right.
I'm not the victim. I'm the victim here. And here's the problem what the PPA does. The Philadelphia Park, they have shows about it. It's a national embarrassment.
Parking wars.
People think the sports fans in this town are an embarrassment. Nothing's a bigger embarrassment to Philadelphia.
Timmy Galligan on Facebook checks. He goes, 4 hours to get your hair done? Jesus, Robin.
It wasn't just me. It was me and my daughter.
Oh, okay. There's 2 chicks, man.
But anyway,
2 chicks at the same time.
when you're in the right, and then they send you, and then I get a thing. They keep sending me stuff on those tickets. That now they're running. Now they're gonna garnish my wages.
Don't worry, Tony. You can't triple stamp a double stamp, so you're fine. Don't worry.
So
about it.
now they start threatening you. We have a way to we're gonna garnish your wages.
You
What
ain't-
wages?
You ain't doing jack, homeboy.
You come to my house, Mayor Kenny. I want you, the DA who should be in jail and is not. I will never pay you 1 single solitary cent of any of my tickets that are unjust. You can keep sending me notices. You can threaten me. You come here and arrest me, Mayor Kenny, Jimbo. You come to my house with police and arrest my ass. That's the way you'll see 1 goddamn cent of my money. Corrupt. Go raise the damn soda tax some more. Go punish people for smoking cigarettes. Go punish the hard-working taxpayers who keep this godforsaken city going, who don't get any services anymore for being overcharged with taxes, who don't get their streets cleaned, who don't get anything done that the government is supposed to do, who don't fix potholes that cause your cars to get broken up and there's nothing you can do about it. That's what the government's job is. Fix the damn streets, clean the damn streets, and get the hell out of my face. Or as a great Democratic state senator from California would say to you, Jim Kennedy, if he was here with me right now, my good friend John Burton.
Oh, I need to hit this, Tone?
Jesus Christmas.
Hey, shut the fuck up and go outside, all right?
That's what I'll say to you when you come to my door, Jimbo. You come to my door, or send one of your henchmen, one of your slime bag local committee men.
I got your back, bro. Don't worry.
I will lay a smackdown on them like you haven't seen since Move back in the day.
To our house, you should get your behind kicked.
Damn right.
Laying a smackdown like The Rock?
Like The Rock.
First,
the Brahma Bull, bitch.
First, however, I'm going to try to fight this the normal way, and hopefully...
I'm resisting paying any tickets. You want to join the resistance? I want everybody to join the resistance. Resist paying any kind of fines.
Jeff Napierkowski on Facebook goes live from the Roadhouse. It's the Tony Bruno Show. Shut up, eat your cheese sandwich.
So many comments. Steve Krause says, I feel like I should stand up and applaud like a State of the Union. Chip Reederson says, if you see Mayor Kenny through the peephole, shake up a 2-liter bottle of soda, open the door, and spray his ass.
What did the president call the terrorists? Evil losers.
I was going to say this is a joke. Like,
They're evil losers, and the PPA is evil losers. And Jim Kenny is an evil loser.
Timmy Galligan says, next time the show is canceled, we'll know why. Tony will be in jail.
I'll go live from the jail.
I'll get you out, bro. Don't worry.
I'll have people outside screaming, Attica.
Listen,
Attica.
Johnny Cash went live from Folsom Prison. Tony Bruno Show will go live from the Roundhouse.
I'm going to go live from Eastern State Penitentiary in Al Capone's vault. That's where I'll do the show live.
Oh, we should do that.
I know. That would be awesome, man.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I can arrange that.
I
can make that happen.
They love me in Eastern State
I don't know if I can do it from the Roundhouse, but I can.
Can we get internet there?
The spirits will be strong.
Yeah.
I like that. I want to do that. Can we do it?
That would be awesome. We should do
No,
that.
I'm not kidding. Like,
Can we do it like in the middle of the night?
No.
Do a special midnight showing?
Nope.
I told you I've spent.
Nope. Hell no. I went on your goddamn roller coaster. I am not going to your haunted mansion, bro.
It ain't a haunted mansion. It's Eastern State Penitentiary.
Just because it's dark, it's gonna be more haunted than during the daytime.
Robin and I were featured on one of those ghost shows at Eastern State Penitentiary.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Nope. Anyway,
good stuff, man.
Let's just go to the phones. And
let's go back to the phone. I had to get that off my chest.
Get some reaction.
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
Let's go to the reaction lines. Tell it to the mayor. Give me a call right now.
Tell it to the judge. Tell him that's what you're going to be telling it to. So 215-817. You're on the air. We got no call screener, Holmes.
Let's go to the phones. Hello.
Hello.
Who's this?
Oh, that was another epic rant.
Thank you.
That's 2 weeks in a row. I feel like Frank Luntz. I'm going to come out
Frank
here.
Luntz. We're going to have a focus group.
No, I'm going to give him a roaring round of applause for Frank Luntz.
Just around and interviews a room full of speakers about politics. Frank. He's got a bad hairpiece, by the way.
It's terrible.
All the money this guy makes being a pollster, whatever the hell he is.
That's what happens when you go to Maury's Wigs. I mean, it doesn't look good, but don't
Bad
fall
rug, man. Frank, upgrade the rug, pal. I can say that as a bald man.
Upgrade your rug.
Wait, I have to. Steve Krause, another one. MSNBC locked up primetime special with Tony Bruno.
Locked up. Well, I'm trying to think of the closest prison. It's Graterford.
Who is this?
Hello?
Guys, it's Brad from Connecticut. I tweeted you guys earlier. Hey, I got to do it. First time, long time.
Yeah. And a double welcome to you, my friend.
I'm not going to hang up and listen just yet.
Is Senator Chris Murphy up there outraged about anything tonight that I missed?
I gotta play it again. I don't give a shit.
Shut the fuck up and go outside.
I'm gonna wear this thing out by the end of the night.
Yeah, you already have. All right.
That's all right.
I don't like bad words like that. That's not in my vocabulary.
You made me do it.
I think both Murphy and Blumenthal are looking to be caught outside by a lot of people up here. But hey, again, this isn't a politics show.
No, it's not. I call out all politicians, by the way. I don't care about. I mean, the thing in Philadelphia is that it's been a Democratic city for 50 years. So it's not like I'm picking on one party. There is no other party in this town. They run the city. You know what I'm saying? So the people in charge. When somebody's in charge, those are the people I pick on.
I'll tell you what. The Hartford government took a page right out of the book. They want to do the soda tax up here too.
Yeah, I mean it's again. Does it discourage people from drinking soda? I don't know. It discourages people from buying soda in the city.
Yes.
When there's other, like here in Philadelphia, Delaware is a 20-minute ride. New Jersey is a 10-minute ride. So people will go across state lines and buy their soda.
You could be in Ben Salem in 5 minutes.
Yeah, you go outside of the city.
Correct.
It's only the city of Philadelphia County.
It's crazy.
So people will find ways to beat the system. So how is that helping? I don't know. I mean, we were in Acme last week. And I don't buy soda, you know that. And there was a bottle of 7-Up
On sale for 99 cents.
No, on sale for $1.
Yeah.
Then it said plus the soda tax, 63 cents. So basically $1.63 for a bottle of soda. And again, is soda good for you? No. But they charge anything that has sugar in it. It's not just soda. Gatorade is taxed.
Iced tea.
Iced tea, anything that contains. Does cranberry juice have sugar in it?
Cranberry cocktail
on,
does, I
yeah,
believe.
cranberry cocktail does.
So now when I have a vodka cran, even though I'm not drinking soda, I'm being penalized for buying my cranberry juice in Philadelphia. You know what that is? President Obama once said it.
You got it, Tone?
Yeah.
It's an outrage.
Exactly. It's a national outrage. I'm sorry, no more politics. It's not really politics. It's speaking for the people. I'm not defending any political party. I'm not running for office. I'm talking for the people out there. I've been a man of the people my whole life. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
I hear you.
I'm not like the dean at Yale who goes into an Asian restaurant and starts cursing people out. I don't do that stuff.
Well, sometimes people don't want to take their shoes off, man. It is what it is.
Ridiculous. What's going on tonight, man?
Look, guys, I wanted to check in because, hey, it's Memorial Day weekend, and I'm actually driving back to the Philly area. I have most of my family in the Philly area. And I'll tell you what, I made a little road trip up to New Hampshire last weekend, and I have a lot of nice fireworks. And I can't wait.
Now, I went in Acme. They have them now the supermarkets have fireworks in them.
Well, speaking of fireworks, Tone, we're going to see some fireworks over the weekend.
Yeah, we're going to go down with Captain Walt.
Correct.
Captain Walt Bowen on the Patriot Harbor
Seriously,
line.
if you are in the Philadelphia area,
Not Captain Noah.
Not Captain Noah, no.
No, but there is no better place to watch the fireworks than on the boat with Captain
right in the
Walt.
middle of the Delaware
Patriot
River.
Harbor lines. Seriously.
Exactly. Got the glass enclosure. You got the lines getting poured.
They got a full bar in there, and you get to see, the New Jersey right across the river, the USS United States. You get to go up close and personal. Captain Walt does a great job. Robin and I have done it a million times.
He's listening, actually, right? I'm seeing he's commenting.
And you go, and now, so what's the website to go if you want to book a trip? Because the boat's in the water, 2 boats. He's got the Patriot, and he's got the, what's the second one now? I always get them confused because the bigger one's out last year.
If he's listening, hopefully he'll tell me.
We have the certificates. We're going to give away some. Now, the fireworks is on Sunday night, right? Or on Sunday night fireworks,
Yes,
right?
8:30. It's the 8:30 cruise.
So
the 8:30
Philly
cruise.
by Boat is phillybyboat.com is where you go to actually book your cruise and you can purchase the tickets and all that.
The Liberty and the Patriot.
Yes.
The 2 boats down there right near the Hyatt Hotel. Is that a Hyatt or a Hilton? It's a Hilton now. It used to be a Hyatt. Right down on Penn's Landing, right there near the where they actually do a lot of craftsmanship and make boats, right there by the Seaport Museum on the Delaware River at Penn's Landing, right near the Spruce Street Harbor Park where you walk through and there's all kinds of great stuff, food and people just enjoying the night out. Hipsters, even
great restaurants down there too, Tone.
not just hipsters. I mean, there's white trash.
Oh yeah, plenty of white trash.
Everybody's there. It's not. This
No,
is a
it
diverse
is a
crowd.
great little area now. So the phillybyboat.com, or you can even actually get there through visitphilly.com.
Exactly. It's
If
a
you
great
just
thing.
Patriot Harbor
Captain
Lines.
Walt takes care of business. He's great.
They do the booze cruises. They do the sunset cruises. So
Yep.
they take you and your
And
lady out
actually,
there.
he just said that he's going to have to run a boat and call it bootleggers, just
Yeah.
for us.
Or bootlickers
Bootlickers.
if you're in a political party, you go down there and anyway. So you're coming down to Philly for the. You know when I realized this was Memorial Day weekend?
What do you got, bro?
This afternoon when I looked at the calendar, I'm thinking, oh, it's May 23rd. Oh, it must be next weekend. It's this weekend. I did not realize that.
I'm working anyways. It doesn't matter to me.
You working
No, but
Memorial
we're
Day
going-
week?
we're
We
going
are
on
going,
Sunday.
yes, but I'm going right from work. That's the difference.
Your ship will be sinking by the time.
Damn
you
right
get
it will
there,
be.
pal. You'll be half mast. You'll be 3 sheets to the mast. Yeah.
But I'll be raising the jib hand, though. Don't worry about that.
Now, how was New Hampshire? What were you doing in New Hampshire? Did you go to Southern New Hampshire University?
I ran a marathon last weekend. No, I was not on. I didn't get on the bus.
I love those
I
commercials,
was
by the
going
way.
through, I was passing through.
I love those commercials for Southern New Hampshire University.
I've never seen it.
The one with the bus comes around because it's
Yes.
it's
Oh,
Oh, and it
obviously-
picks people up?
No, it gives them their
They give them their
certificates,
diplomas.
their
So you do it
diplomas.
online. You take the classes online. You graduate, And then the commercials where they bring the bus to the neighborhood, and the adult, it could be an old person, and there's one where the dad gets his diploma finally, and the little son
boy,
says, "Congratulations, Daddy." I mean, that gets me all the time when I see that. Yeah, it's awesome stuff, man. Good stuff. I'm about education.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I didn't have one, but I mean, it's too late for me.
Still about it though. You know?